Hello and good afternoon to everyone that is currently tuned in live with us on another episode of Phillip Trading Podcast. I'm your host for today, Yung Shin, and with me here today is my colleague William, our product specialist from Phillip Capital. So how are you doing today, William?
Oh, very good. Very nice to see you again. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Okay, so for today's podcast, we will be discussing on the topic of crude palm oil. With crude palm oil prices dropped for 10 trading days in a row due to the reducing demand from all of the China, India, and also Europe, with Indonesia also extending its policy of not collecting export levies for palm oil until 31st of October 2022, with rising production. So what does that imply to the CPO prices? So join us on our Phillip Trading Podcast on 12th of September, 2 p.m. to find out that this is the end for the crude palm oil. So once again, I would like to help all of our beloved audience today to share this video to all of your friends. The more people that are watching this video, the more we are motivated to deliver graded content to all of you. So without further ado, let's start our question to William for today. So my first question to you, William. So what do you think what will happen in the palm oil space that has causes the crude palm oil prices to drop for 10 trading days in a row?
In my own opinion, the main reason is because the entire palm oil market, the traders is expecting Malaysia palm oil monthly inventory to actually go above the 2 million metric tons level in August, which is the highest level since April 2020. So prior to the pandemic, before the pandemic, right, Malaysia palm oil inventory has always been 2 million. Okay, has always been 2 million metric tons, with palm oil prices trading in between 2,005 ringgit to 3,000 ringgit. Therefore, the panic selling happened last week, okay, when most analysts announced that the monthly inventory they estimate is actually going to be higher than 2 million. So panic selling actually happened. Okay, so the major correction on palm oil prices also contribute, not palm oil, on crude oil prices. So the major correction recently on the crude oil prices also contribute to the weakness in the palm oil prices. So bear in mind that palm oil fundamental itself is actually really weak at the moment, with Indonesia having this oversupply, and they are thinking to remove the direct market obligation, okay, to free flow the export and also to further extend the export levy waiver, okay, so they are not charging any export levy until the end of October. So with all this going on, weak crude oil prices, high inventory level in Malaysia, which is going above the 2 million metric tons, Indonesia extending this free export levy, Indonesia removing the DMO, these are all very bearish for the CPO fundamental. So like I said, crude oil prices also coming down. So basically there is not much going on in the market to support the palm oil prices in the next 1 to 2 months, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that is what really causing the palm oil prices to come down now.
Okay, so you also mentioned also because of the major correction on the crude oil price and also due to the high production and the weak export. Okay, great. So my next question to you is that given that the palm oil prices has dropped for 10 trading days in a row, do you think that the current prices has factored in all the bearishness of the market?
Okay, so prices corrected 6 to 700 points in 10 trading days. That is actually really crazy. Okay, so if you ask me in the short term, say 1 week or so, I think probably has factored in this bearishness, okay, in a very short term, okay. But any rebound, in my opinion, will just be temporary, okay, just temporary due to technically oversold. Okay, when we look at chart, we know that the prices enter into an oversold territory and is tend to rebound. Okay, this is exactly what I would use to describe the palm oil prices at the moment. Okay, so in my own opinion, I reckon there are more rooms to go down. Okay, there are more rooms for correction for the palm oil prices. As mentioned previously, when before the pandemic, palm oil inventory is somewhere around 2 million metric tons, and the palm oil prices is only around 2,500 to 3,000 ringgit. Okay, and at this moment, palm oil prices is still above 3,500, and that is very high if our inventory is really coming up to 2 million metric tons. Okay, so like I said, Indonesia, once they remove everything, the market is going to be flooded with the palm oil. Okay, and China is really slow in purchasing with their import on the palm oil because they are still having this extended lockdown. Okay, so yeah, I reckon palm oil, the prices is just temporary better in, not in the long run. In the long run, I reckon there are still more room to go down.
Okay, so you were sharing with us on the bearish incident. And what do you think about the bullish incident that could possibly support the palm oil prices in the next coming 1 to 2 months or further months?
Okay, so regardless of the bearish incident, definitely there are still a bit of good news there to support the palm oil prices, but not like a very big news, but still something. So basically, India is going, usually when India they celebrate their Diwali in October, they tend to use more palm oil. So when they, although they are celebrating in October, but the purchases, the import in India will usually start in September, October. So they will start buying more in September. That is definitely something good to support the palm oil prices in the next 1 to 2 months. Okay. On top of that, the edible oil inventory level in both China and India at this moment is actually trading at the 5 years low. So this is something that traders that is going to support the palm oil prices if China and India they really try to buy more to increase their palm oil inventory level. Okay, so yeah, these two are the things that I reckon would support the palm oil prices temporarily lah.
Okay. Also due to because China and India is the largest importer of palm oil. Okay, so what is your advice would you give to all the investors if they are currently trading in the palm oil market?
Okay, so one of the biggest thing I personally reckon the trader should really look at is the crude oil prices. Like I mentioned previously, palm oil fundamental itself is actually really weak at the moment. Okay, it's very weak. So what is really supporting the palm oil prices is just the crude oil prices. So crude oil prices also broke the 85 level last week. Okay, broke the 85 level last week. So this is not a very good news for palm oil. So if the crude oil prices further drop to say a 70 bucks level or so, with US very determined in pressing down the inflation. So you want to lower the inflation in the United States, the first thing they need to do is to make the crude oil prices lower. So if we see crude oil prices going down to 70 level, I reckon crude oil, the palm oil prices is going to drop below, going down to the 3,000 ringgit level. Yeah, so crude oil is very important to look at the moment if you are trading the palm oil market.
Okay, so like for those investors who are actually interested in palm oil market, so they also can look for how crude oil also might affect the palm oil price as well. Okay, so thank you, William, for the very informative podcast with us today. So, and now we have come to an end for our today's podcast. If you have any questions or if you have any topics which you want us to discuss on next week, you can leave us a message in the comment box below. And thank you for listening to our podcast and happy trading for the week. So thank you for your time too, William.
Okay,
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.